Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, depending on the time you may see this video. This channel will be discussing, this channel talks about wealth, wisdom, and health. But in today's video, we shall be discussing one side hustle. You can start with your phone or laptop, and it's very important you know that we need money. Every individual on earth needs money except someone that is not living. And you know the importance of money in our life, in our day-to-day living. Without money, I believe that most of us cannot even eat anything. But when there is money, definitely you believe that something good will come out of it. I am not saying that money is better than health, but money is one of the factors that keeps lives going. And that is what I want you to understand. And I really want you to make sure that you should pay attention on this particular one-side hustle that you are about to learn. Maybe I may not give you all the update that you require. I may not give you all the details, but I will try as much as I could to make sure that you understand what it takes to be a hustling person. This particular side hustle is not just specifically for a single or for a particular set of people. It is for everybody. Even if you are a student, even if you are a working class person, even if you are a housewife, you can as well participate on this side hustle. It's very important, much more important than every other thing, because it will help you to generate income. It will help you to add more source of income to your family, to yourself, and to you who has already decided. There is one say that I always tell every individual: whatever decisions that anybody takes, it goes with consequences. And if you decide not to participate, it also goes with consequences. It also decide to participate, it also goes with consequences. Yours is to try to find out what are the consequences that are involved. That if you participate on this course, if you participate and follow the steps and do the right thing, what are the consequences? The only consequences is that you have to make up time, bring out your time. You can have 2 hours or one hour in a day to participate, to practice, to watch, and do exactly what the instructor, the tutor is teaching you. That is the only consequences. But on the other hand, if you refuse to participate, it also goes with own consequences. When others have been developed and been making money, you will be there lacking behind. So those are the two different consequences depending on individual. And most importantly, if you have phone, because I know that phones are smarter than the owner these days. If you have phone or laptop, you can as well. These are the most important tools that you need. This is what you need to start with: your phone and also your laptop. If you don't have a phone, you can as well use laptop. If you don't have laptop, you can as well use phone, depending on the one you have. And if you say that you don't have time, remember Alibaba. Alibaba simply have Wi-Fi and Audacity. So as long as you have phone, and I believe that there will be data on it, and you must have time for you to make use of it. So the one side hustle we all exploring today is what I made it in this phone: digital freelancing service. Digital freelancing service, which will be using Canva, Notion, and Upwork. These are the things that we shall be using. And I also want you to understand that, you see, when we are talking about digital freelancing, some people think as if freelancing is just something that when you it is something that you just log in and people will start paying you. No, it is not something like that. You must have your services. That is why it is called digital freelancing service. There must be a service that you can render to big, small company, big or small company, home or abroad, depending. That is just how it is. So on that note, the digital freelancing service is very important, and it will pay you if you have the skill that is required for you to be paid. And these freelancing services are the most, should I say, the simplest part from skill to income, because the tools are free and the clients are already begging online. Most of us don't know where and how others are making money. You understand? Many of us don't know, they don't have any idea how others are making money. And it is not everybody that will even expose his or her secret. It is those people, it is somebody that loves you, just the way I'm doing now, that will educate you on what you need to know. And I want you to know that if you are creating anything, you should also look for things that people are demanding for, not things that you like. That is what I will be discussing with you. Now, for you to choose, let's just say you want to become a freelancer. For example, I'm trying to just to give you an example. You want to become a freelancer today. You can also choose a niche. How will you start to choose a niche? You can start to maybe to become a graphic design, and all these things that I'm mentioning here now. I will be making a video, the importance of graphic design, whatever thing I mention, I will make a video on it, so that you will understand what you are learning, so that you will understand where you can be useful, how to apply it and make something for yourself and for your family, depending the reason why you are hustling. It is not just all about, some persons will tell you learn this, learn that. If you learn this, without giving you the actual guideline. So you can become a graphic designer, and I will explain in a video when I will make what are the functions and where can a graphic design will get job, and this. I will give you all the details. But what I'm trying to say here now, as a freelancing, you can decide to become a graphic designer who design logo, who design flyers, who design even social media posts, and so on and so forth, and you will have customer online. You can also become a social media a social media management. You understand? And you can also become maybe video editing, content writing, and copyright. All these things, clients are looking for it. And you can as well become a virtual assistant. So these are the services you can render. To those people that are in need of it, and which, just as I promise you, I will be explaining each of them, the importance of each of them, where and how to get it done. And I don't know, you may be thinking, this thing that you are saying now, where am I going to get the course to learn all these things? Don't worry, I will put a description below on this particular video, video that you are hearing. You will see lists of the courses that you need, even if it's graphic design, social media marketing, content writing and copyright, video editing, virtual assistant, any of them that you need. All you need to do is to purchase the course there and go for the training. And once you go for the training, you will see everything you needed to get a client. That is just how it is. It is not just all about somebody will tell you buy this, buy that, and at the end of the day, you don't know where you will get your client. In those videos that you will purchase, you will see the guideline where to get your client, how to get client, and every necessary thing that is needed. And I also want you to know, to understand this. This can be done entirely from a phone or a laptop. You can use your phone or your laptop to do the job, depending on the one you have. There is no limitation. Even if you are a first timer, you don't have any idea on graphic design, social media management, content writing and copyright, video editing, virtual assistant, if you don't, even if you don't have any idea on it, you don't have any problem. All you needed is one. You need your phone or your laptop, and secondly, you need your data. As long as you have purchased the course, definitely you have to create, even if it's 1 hour or 2 hours every day, you will get the job done. And I also want you to know that when you are using this thing, you can also use in terms of video editing and every other one. You can also use CapCut. You can also use Adobe Premiere Pro, Google Workspace, free, the Fiverr. All these ones, they also have their own aspect. So I want you to know that the tools that you will use, they are just ordinary tools that every other person uses. Just as I said before, I made mention of Canva, I made mention of Notion, I made mention of one other thing again, if I'm not mistaken, Upwork, right? These are the things that you also be using, because with this Canva, you will learn everything on how to generate whatever thing you need to generate, whether video, whether you can edit video there through Canva. You can as well learn graphic design through Canva. So many things in Notion and Upwork. These are the places that you needed the tools, then you should be using the tools that you should be using in doing your job. So the question is, sometimes some person will even ask how to start this hustle in 7 steps. I want you to know that you can start this hustle in 7 steps. All you need to do is to pick one service, you learn it. Pick one service of your choice. Another thing is to create 3 simple portfolio pieces which you needed. And another one you need is to promote your services, what you do. Because after learning, after doing every other thing, you need to promote your service. And another thing is you need to list it where you prefer. It could be Upwork, then it could be also the Fiverr, depending on where you have choose to as well to promote your job. And another one is you set a fair prices. Fair prices that I'm talking about here is you check at what other people are charging. If other people are charging, for instance, $100, you can charge $80 or $50 just for a beginner. By the time your hand is strong, you can even be charging, because if you do a very nice work for your customer, definitely your customer will be very happy, and he or she can also introduce you to some other persons. Another one here is you have to deliver fast. Deliver as you promise. I always tell my client and then tell my student that if the job will take you 5 days, tell the client that it will take you 7 days, so that before that 5 days the job is done. Then by the time the customer will be expecting it in 7 days, you will deliver it in 5 days. That is how to tell the customer that you are fast in delivering. That is how it works. And another thing is you also ask for review. You ask your customers for review if they like the job, whatever. If there's any area that you are not doing well, they should as well also tell you. So these are the things that you really need. You need this job. The reason why I am explaining all these things is because it doesn't matter whether you are a student, whether you are a student. You can create logo, you can design anything through the Canva. You can also become a writer. You create caption. You can also, in fact, there are a lot of things you need to learn. A social media manager, which plan post notion, so many things. A content creator, which will also help you. So these are the examples that once you acquire this knowledge, the knowledge that I just mentioned as a freelancer. As a freelancer, you need to have those knowledge. Maybe you can render service, graphic design, social media management, content content, then creator, video editing, or depending on where you have already made up your mind, because it is your decision that will determine, or what you prefer that will determine where you will go. It's very important. And I don't know if I should go more, explain a little bit on the content writer. Someone passionate about fashion write about product description for boutique using Google Workplace. A dress description, maybe an address description, goes viral on WhatsApp groups, including boutique get sales, and the writer became more news secret. You will not gain more secret weapon on how to write. You can write an email or anything for people to buy his or her product. These things, if you are looking for a place where you can buy any of these courses, I will put the description below, so that you can purchase the course, go through the course, and learn it. And believe me, then buying of the course, it doesn't mean that you will have too much money. I believe that from the course from the highest of that course is 6,000, and the lowest of it is 5,000 naira. From 6,000, 5,500. That is the maximum and the minimum of what you can be able to purchase on each of the course. And what I want you to know is this: for you to become a freelancer, you need those knowledge which I just mentioned. Though these are not just only the knowledge that you need, you can as well think of every other one. But remember what I told you, that I will be explaining each of them, and how you can get the client, where you can get the client, because it is not just all about learning, it is how to make money out of out of what you have been learning, because that is the most important thing, what we all need, because we all need money to support ourselves. And that is the reason why, let me use these terms to close this particular video today. The distance between you and your first client is not your experience, it is the upload button that you have decided. Upload button that I meant is upload button to decide on to purchase on the course, work on yourself, and start earning money. That is only the distance between you and your client. Thank you very much. See you next time.